I want to know if we can use flap T to pronounce difficulty and better. So Hugo wants to know if you can use the T flap or the flap T to pronounce difficulty and better. Difficulty, better, yeah, both of those, the T in each of those is pronounced with the T flap. So instead of saying difficulty, I say difficulty. And what I'm doing there, again, a lot of you will know, what I'm doing is my tongue, instead of hitting the roof of my mouth like this and then going T, it's just flicking back or flicking forward and just touching the roof of my mouth for a second. And that's why it sounds a bit more like a D. So you'll hear difficulty, ri, ri, it's just touching the roof of my mouth. And the same with better, better, it's just touching the roof of my mouth, flicking back. Better, better. You can see my tongue there actually. Better, ra, ra. So I hope that makes sense. Definitely try using the T flap or the flap T when you're speaking English. I'm pretty sure this is common in England, in America. It probably depends more on your dialect in each of those countries. So for instance, you might hear people in England use the glottal stop. The glottal stop is in the throat here. Instead of them using the tongue to stop the air by going better, that kind of movement, they're using their throat to do it. And instead of saying better, they're saying better, better. And so it's actually at the back of the throat there that the tongue is hitting it to stop the air, and it sounds like better, 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 better. So you might hear it depending on where you go, but it's common everywhere. How you know when to do this is that there's a vowel sound on one side of the T, or two T's, like in the case of better, and there's a vowel sound on the next side of the T or the two T's. So that's why you've got era, better, and the same with difficulty. Even though there's an L in there, ul is a vowel sound. Ul, it's a vowel sound. And so it's difficulty, difficulty, difficulty. So that's how you know. If there's a vowel sound on either side, you can use the T flap. And it happens within words or between words. If a word starts with a T, actually if a word starts with a T, you would usually say it. But if a word ends with a T and the next word starts with a vowel sound, that's when you would use the T flap. All right, Lala asks, can you pronounce sweater, butter, please? So sweater and butter, both of those, like difficulty and better before, have the T flap. So I would say sweater and butter, butter. So it almost sounds like a D sound there. That's the T flap. Sweater, I wouldn't really use in Australian English. This is an interesting point to make. I think Americans use a sweater to refer to what we would refer to as a jumper. So although this jumper is a hoodie, meaning that it has a hood on it, I can put it over my head, although it's going to play with the microphone too much. This is a hoodie. I would refer to this as also being a jumper. So almost like someone who jumps, J-U-M-P-E-R, jumper, that's how I would refer to this. Americans would probably call it a sweater, a sweater. I wouldn't use that, but I know what it is because I watch a lot of American TV.
G'day guys, thanks for watching the video. Remember, if you want to support the channel financially, you can do so via my Patreon page, which is linked in the description below. If you can't afford to support the channel financially, you can still help by spreading the word and sharing the videos. Thanks so much guys, stay awesome, all the best.